morning, team, and good morning, Bullitt County. Today is Monday, August 9th, and Monday certainly does matter. To kick off season 2 of Mondays Matter, I want to share with you a very powerful lesson that we learned from this book called The Coffee Bean. It's a very quick read. The author is Jon Gordon. He is a motivational speaker and an author of many best-selling books, and The Coffee Bean happens to be one of them. And the life lesson from this book comes from an experiment that's done with a very, very hot pot of water. And the premise of the book, there's a young man who's seeking some guidance, and he leans into this much older gentleman who's kind of his mentor, and he's teaching him a life lesson. And the boy is facing some very difficult challenges in life, and so this very hot pot of water represents life and life circumstances, and it could be anywhere from death to tragedy to loss of a job or difficult relationships, divorce, pandemic, and how we respond to that, loss of a job. Life throws so many things at us, and so the hot pot of water represents life's circumstances and life demands. And the gentleman asked the young boy, he said, "Today I want you to put carrots inside that very hot pot of water." And he said, after a few hours, he said, "I want you to notice what happens to the carrots." And so the young boy did just that. And what he learned was that the carrots became extremely weak and fragile, and they became very soft. And in the book it says, if you think you're a carrot, you will believe the power and forces outside you are more powerful than who you are on the inside, and you will become weaker. So as we respond to life events, we could be like that carrot. We could make those life circumstances, they could make us become weaker. Now, on the next day, the gentleman, he asked the young boy, he said, "Now today I want you to put an egg inside that pot of very hot water." And he said, after a few hours, he said, "I want you to make note of what happens." In the text, it says, if you think you're an egg, you will believe the negativity in the world has the power to harden your heart and cause you to become negative like the world. The egg, obviously we know, is going to harden. And sometimes life demands and circumstances cause people to harden their hearts, and they become angry, and they become extremely frustrated, and they're quick to judgment. And that's just one way we can respond. Now back to the pot of hot water, it says in the text, he said, life is often like a pot of very hot water. It can be a harsh, stressful, and difficult place. You will find yourself in environments and facing conditions that test who you truly are and can change, weaken, or harden if you let them. Now on the third day, the gentleman asked the young boy, he said, "Now today," he said, "I want you to put coffee beans inside of that hot pot of water." And he said, "Give it a little bit, 24 hours. And he said, "See what happens." Well, the young boy realized that the coffee beans transformed the environment of that hot water, and it made something special. Even the aroma and the smell of the water was different because of the coffee bean. And it says in the text here, but if you know you're a coffee bean, you will not allow the outside world to impact you. You will know that the power inside you is greater than the forces outside of you. And with this insight, you will transform your environment in the world from the inside out. You see, we don't create our world from the outside in. We create and transform it from the inside out. We must be the change agents that we want to see. So when life throws us curveballs, when unexpected things happen, when life demands are piled up to here, how are we going to respond? Are we going to be like the carrot and become weaker? Are we going to be like the egg and harden our hearts? Or are we going to be the coffee bean? Are we going to transform the environment that life has placed on us? You and I, we've got the ability to be coffee beans. I don't know what the school year holds for us. No one does. But I do know that we have absolute control in how we respond to it. My challenge to myself is to be a coffee bean, to transform whatever life throws at us, whatever circumstances we're facing. Let's transform that environment from the inside out. And let's be the change agents that we want to see in school year 21-22. Mondays matter, and so do you.